So today there is a new religious freedom battle brewing. The Catholic Church in D.C. just sued the D.C. metro system for rejecting their advertisement, which they paid for and wanted to put on the sides of buses. It features men under a starry night and a simple slogan, "Find the perfect gift," directing folks to a website. A transit authority spokesperson says the ad in question was declined because it is prohibited by the transit folks in their current advertising guidelines. So is that a valid argument? Here now, and here we go again, George Washington University law professor Jonathan Turley. It's always interesting to look at the arguments made in these cases. It's really freedom of speech versus freedom of religion, essentially, right?
It is, and the transits had a long and checkered history with regard to censoring certain messages, and they adopted what they said was a content-neutral system of rules in 2015 after losing a series of cases where they decided to pick and choose between different messages. This is little better. There are no guidelines showing how they choose between these. They talk about barring viewpoints on which there are differing opinions. I mean, there's differing opinions between 1% and 2% milk. I mean, 1% and 2% milk. I mean, it's hard to, have that as a standard. And so you have an assortment of people in groups like the Catholic Church, conservative, Ianopoulos. They took his book advertisement off and just showed his picture and a book, but they sell other books. Yeah. And so there's someone sitting there at transit like Caesar saying, crucifixion, freedom, and it's not working.
It's interesting because the church's argument, if you put the picture back up again, guys, so people can see it at home, are saying, it's not an overly religious Catholic message. It's just sort of a spiritual message, find the perfect gift. And they make the comparison to a yoga ad, that promises you a higher form of spirituality. And I think about the atheist billboards that I go by on my way into New York every Christmas time, which basically are like, Christmas is a hoax,
Right.
So, where do you draw the line?
Well, I'm in favor of banning yoga. My wife has been trying to get me to do that for years, so that should be banned. But the one solution is not to draw a line. I'm an old free speech nut. In my view, the solution to bad speech is more speech. Mm-hmm. This whole problem started because people couldn't tolerate opposing views. You had pro-Israel ads and pro-Palestinian ads, and both groups said we wanted the other group taken down. One approach is to say we're going to let viewpoints be spoken and they'll be heard, and we're not going to choose between them. But instead, what they did is they said, look, we really want people that are saying things for a commercial purpose. So if you say something and you're selling something, it's okay. If you say something because you want to help the public, you're banned.
Well, I'm a free speech nut is a good T-shirt to wear to yoga class. Jonathan Turley, thank you very much.